the fact that I was the number one pick, right? I didn't have childhood dreams of playing in the NBA. Like, it wasn't like a thing, bro. Like, dead ass. You'd have asked me if I was going to the NBA at 11, 10, 11, 12, 13. Man, I would look at you like you crazy, dog. I took it personal if you scored on me, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you're not scoring the next time. Or I'm going to foul the shit out you the next time.
That's why Karl Malone ain't get back up.
Yeah. And I told her it had nothing to do with me. I was a Pistons fan. I just had a flashback to when he elbowed Isaiah Thomas, dog. I saw Zeke bleed and just had a flashback, dog. I didn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold. I saw him. I was like, oh, this is it.
Welcome to the greatest podcast ever, Above the Rim with Dwight Howard, where we hear no evil, see no evil, and speak no evil. We got a crazy episode for you guys today. We got one of the coldest, meanest, roughest, toughest players to ever grace the NBA court. One of my all-time favorite players. Kenyon Martin is in the building.
What's happening, homie?
But before we get to it, I need y'all to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. Let me know who y'all want to see on the podcast next, because we got some crazy stuff coming today. I got some great questions and stuff I want to talk to K Martin about. Been a big-time fan, long-time fan, all the way since March Madness, college days. Y'all don't know about that because some of y'all is real young. But you know what? We gonna get to it, man.
Yes, sir.
When did you start playing basketball?
Around the age of 10, like 9, 10.
9, 10?
Yeah.
Was you tall or?
Dad was getting in trouble, man. My mom dropped me off at the gym, said, you gonna do something besides get in trouble?
And so, you just picked up the basketball?
Yeah, started hooping, man, and then doing football season, played football, doing baseball season, played baseball, but basketball was always a staple. Mm-hmm. Then I was long as well. I was a lot taller than like a lot of my friends at that age, but I was long. I was skinny as shit.
Because I watched you play forever, and you've always had that tenacity with everything you did. From we know dunking, we know blocking, shooting, everything on the court. It was fierce. It was toughness. It was strong. Like where did that mentality come from?
Just the environment I grew up in Dallas, bro. Mm-hmm. Like growing up in Oak Cliff and apartments I grew up in, you had to have thick skin. We fought hooping and got right back to playing. Yeah. Like I saw grown men fighting over a travel call, over a foul call. No,
that's crazy.
Fighting hard, bro.
Over a travel call.
Over a travel call, like game point and stuff like that. Like it meant something.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So you seeing this when you're young, right? And when you able to get on the floor when you so we still young, I'm like 12, 13 playing with grown men. Yeah. And they ain't taking it easy on us and they treating us and talking to us
the same
way that they doing it. And you seeing dudes fight and do all this over game point or each possession, like ain't nobody giving in, never, right? So in order to get on the floor, you gotta adapt that, right? You gotta adjust to that, right? So that's just what it was. So we playing in that environment and then having to be that way. And then it just so happened that's what
molded you to be who you are.
Yeah, man. And then just going places and going to tournaments and stuff after that as I got older and just always bringing that to the table. And it always stood out, right? Because I always played that way. I never turned it off. I didn't know how to turn it off. Yeah. Because once you 12, like I'm saying, I'm 9, 10, 11, watching them do it. Right?
And then you just took on the whole character.
Then you start playing with them when you're 12, 13 because you think because you're growing up in this environment, in this jungle. So you think you're a tiger and a gorilla as well, right? Because you're growing up with it. I'm a young gorilla, but I'm still wanting, so I want to go test what I can do against y'all. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So fouling hard, like just talking crazy to one another. Like that's just what it was, bro. Yeah. So, and then we playing amongst guys our own age. We going to tournaments in certain places.
It's easy now.
Oh, we dogging them, right? Like we running through these people in these tournaments. So it's like man, these boys, man.
It's crazy you said that because I remember when I was coming up in the AAU, we went through that same process, and I think that's what kind of helped us when we got to the league. We kind of knew what to expect because the environment that they put us in at a young age. I lived in a tough neighborhood, but I made sure I stayed out of the crazy, not the crazy part, but I stayed out of it by playing basketball.
Yeah.
But I went through that same thing. Like, I played against older people all the time. And that's what kind of gave me my toughness, my attitude, and I was able to kind of shift it when I was off the court, though. Because I couldn't be a mean person. I had to always want to smile. But I grew up in that fighting off the court, whatever it may be. We grew up that way, but that's what got me to the NBA. So I'm thankful for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for the fact that I was playing against these older men and they beat me up, and I'm having to learn how to, go through that, to fight back. And I'm like, man, I'm not backing down. Only way I know is to stay on go, and that kind of helped me too. So I could really see how, that molded you into who you are in the area that you come from. And that's just to go from there all the way. Like, what made you choose Cincinnati?
It was honestly, man, like, it was by chance of God, grace. See, back then, I came out of high school in '96, and your test score meant something. Your grades meant something. So the thing with me was, he athletic, he play hard, but he ain't got no grades. So a lot of teams, a lot of schools backed off. Yeah. Right. So Bob Huggins, Cincinnati was one of two schools that stayed in there. Him and John Chaney at Temple. Right. Like, I would have loved to go play for John Chaney, the black man, this, that, and the third, but he came to the house and talking about them early practices. Like,
he was like, nah.
I was like, man, I can't do that, bro. Who played basketball? I'm 17 at the time, right?
Yeah.
Who played basketball at that hour? Like, them sleeping hours.
Yeah.
Like, who's doing that? Like, I'm not going, So it just kind of turned me off to the situation. And then me not having my grades, Hugs, it was like, if you come, like, well, so we'll find a way, right? So I'm like, bet. And I had already seen a few games, I'm saying, them making it to the Final Four in '92. I knew that. And I knew the style that they played just from them being around, and it was always ranked, right? It was always ranked in the top 25 from, so then it was like, okay, it's time to pick a school. So I picked Cincinnati, man, without even visiting.
Without visiting the school?
Yeah.
That's the school you picked?
I picked Cincinnati without even visiting. I went on a visit after I signed.
Did you have any clue where it was, like, where the school was at, anything?
Not at all, bro.
That's crazy. So it's just like you really took a leap of faith.
So before that, right, I had been on airplanes. So when I said how we played as a kid, right, 12 years old from the hood. So I grew up playing at the Salvation Army, sports in the Salvation Army. So that was our sports stuff. So different neighborhoods around Dallas, Salvation Army had sports teams. So when I was 12, we took a 12-year-old team with the Salvation Army, took a 12-year-old team and a 14-year-old team. We went to Europe.
That's tough.
So that was the only time I had ever been, like, I had been out the hood, basically.
Been on the plane?
Right, I was 12 years old, right?
Dang.
So that, and then when I was in high school to go to ABCD camp, I caught a Greyhound to Jersey.
And that was what, was it was it called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hackensack University. So Hugs and them. So me going to Cincinnati was just, like you said, it was a leap of faith. I had never been to Ohio, didn't know where Ohio was. But I knew that Bob Huggins wanted me, and I had a school
that you could count on, yeah.
So, man, it was like I graduated high school, bro, and 2 weeks later I was in Cincinnati.
So when you before we get to college, I know we skipped around. In high school, what was the like that atmosphere like playing in high school?
So I went to 3 different high schools. My freshman year, I went to the high school that was in the hood, right, that I grew up in, and that wouldn't have worked. Coach, like I said, sophomore year we went to the guy at the Salvation Army, Mr. Ken Vick. He got a lot of us in this private school, right? So my sophomore year we went to the private school. A lot of my homeboys was going there, and we went over there and ran through it, football and basketball. It was a breeze, right? A bunch of project babies, hood kids that go to your private school.
So you kicking everybody.
Yeah, but it wasn't for me. It was my homeboy and them stuck it out and they graduated there, but it wasn't for me. Right? It was a new environment, man. I was a certain way, and I wasn't used to certain people telling me what to do.
Yeah,
and I was rebellious. So, but ended up at the school that I graduated from, and it was a big school. So it was like in Texas, so it was 10-5A. So it was like one of the biggest
10-5A.
Yeah, it was a lot of
That's how big the school was?
Yes.
My school was 1A.
Yes. So the private school that I went to was 1A.
Damn.
Right? This school was 10-5A. So damn near 5,000. My senior year, it was 5,000 students enrolled. Right? At the high school.
I don't know what that's like.
So it was a lot of students at this school, bro. So it was in one of the better districts in the state. So we played against Dallas Carter, Dallas Kimball, which was powerhouse. So our district was tough. So no, it was dope, man. Like you got so we played them games. We couldn't play at our high school.
So we had to sold out.
Neutral sites, and it was gonna be some shit problems.
Some fights and all that. Yeah,
it was gonna be some fights. It was gonna be some stuff going on, man. So we had to play at a neutral site. So we did that, and the game used to be rowdy, bro. They dudes in the stands betting, because all from the hood.
Yeah.
So they betting on me, how many dunks I'm gonna have, how many points I'm gonna have, how many block. They dudes in there betting my team. So it was real, right? So no, it was fun, man. Just growing up in that, man, and being able to like make a name from doing what I was doing. Yeah, because you got people that was coming from different areas. Like, shit, we're going to go see Bryan Adams play. Like, who the hell go to BA? Like, ain't nobody going. So it was that, right?
Yeah.
So we playing Dallas Carter, and people like, man, so like standing room only in that joint. Playing Dallas Kimball, standing room only in that joint, right? And them games was like gangster. Like the little boy, the young man that played for Detroit, Sasser, Marcus Sasser. I played against his uncle and them in high school.
That's
right?
crazy.
So watching him, like, man, it's like, so it was real, man, in the hood playing, but it was fun times, man, and it molded me into who I am, man. Me being in that environment and then taking that to Cincinnati, right? Taking that mentality that I already had and
then putting on the big stage.
Started lifting weights.
Yeah. And then it was over with.
Then you got a coach in Bob Huggins who didn't turn me off, didn't tune me down, right?
He actually turned you up more.
Yeah. It was just like he let me go. Like he didn't like not one time scold me from doing this, punish me for doing that, make me run for like. It was just like, just do what I asked you to do, because I already played hard, right?
Yeah.
And that's all he asked.
Yeah.
So all he had to do was help me get better.
Yeah.
So it was one of them.
And
coaches,
that was easy. Once you got a coach that's like, man, if you play hard, you got the keys to the ship.
Yeah. And then
you got no choice but to get better.
Came into a great situation, which I didn't have to right away. So when I came in Cincinnati, we were number one in the country. Right, we had the number one team in the country my freshman year when I got on campus. So we had a good team. So I only played like 3.5 minutes. I averaged 3.5 points. Played maybe like 10 minutes a game my freshman year.
Dang.
Yeah.
So how was that the college experience? Because the first year, was you kind of like turned off about it because you didn't score and didn't play?
No, I was just happy to be eligible, bro. Like I found out I got eligible, so the Hugs and them found a loophole, right, in the system where I could enroll in school, and because we was on quarters, the first quarter I could still take the SAT or the SAT. I could be enrolled in school because I'm a student athlete, but I just couldn't be on scholarship right away. Okay. So they couldn't pay for it, so I had to get Pell Grant money and all that stuff to pay for the school in the first quarter. So I found out, man, my freshman year that I passed the ACT on my birthday.
And then
December 30th, dude. The team was on it was crazy. Like the team was in Puerto Rico playing in a tournament, and I couldn't go. So I'm in Cincinnati, the team in Puerto Rico.
Damn.
Right? We get the news saying why they playing the game, the day that they playing the game that I got eligible. Right?
And then it was over with after that.
Yeah, man. So like I said, I came into a good situation. We had a pretty good team my freshman year. Danny Fortson was the main guy on the team.
Danny Fortson,
You talk about him, but he was one of the strongest. I forgot about him.
And so he left after my freshman year. He was the 10th pick in the draft that
Mm-hmm.
year. So it was a starting spot. So I stepped into the starting role as the 5, man. And the starting center on the team, my freshman year was a senior. Danny was 10th pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
We had a few upperclassmen that were seniors. So
you waited your turn, and then I was wide open.
So my sophomore year, I started, and then I had a game my sophomore year where I had a triple-double. I had 20
blocks.
Like that, yeah. I had 20 points, like 24, 22, and 10 as a sophomore. And it was...
That's when you took off?
Yeah, that's when it started, man. It started, because it was, like, I'm just like, my time, it was immaculate in high school and college. So you let me stay in the paint, bruh.
Then it's
like,
over with. You get
if you would have went to college, bruh, you get to stay in the paint.
And you don't gotta move.
You ain't
tired.
You ain't gotta do it on defense, dog. And then you do reaction drills where they coming at you. You gotta react and practice and all that. So I perfected staying in the paint and just timing was great. And I'm athletic and jump high. Bro, people doing drills not to shoot the ball in the paint. We playing pump fake, dribble it out like college, man. Dog, it was. And then like I said, started lifting weights. Mm-hmm. So like you said, you playing against that. Like, man, when I got to Cincinnati, I was 206.
Damn.
I was 206. I left, I was 235, 3.5% body fat, right?
That's crazy.
Eating weights for 4 years.
So it's just so crazy that it's crazy how God works, and we don't even be recognizing it and understanding like how like one little situation and the one time that we be like, you know what, I'm gonna just take a chance and try to, like, you had no clue about Cincinnati, never been there, and said, you know what, they taking a chance on me, I'm gonna take a chance on them, and let's see what happened. And then you end up going to a place that got the same type, the coach got the same drive, he believed in you, and all you needed was a chance.
Yeah, that's opportunity.
And that's
bro.
it, an opportunity. He gave you that, you got in the weight room, you got right. So it's like the mentality from where you grew up at, the mentality that he's bringing, it just made you into this, you was already a monster.
It was a perfect storm.
But it was just perfect. It's just crazy how, like, just watching it and then hearing it, it's like everybody got this, like, if they really and truly take off and believe, they can do anything.
Put that time in, bro. Like, really put that time in. And so my junior year, like, I got turf toe early. I got turf toe during my junior year, so certain things was off, and then, but I got healthy, and then my senior year, it just, like, we went to Spain, man, World University games. Mm-hmm. Supposed to have been the best people in college basketball at the time.
You crushed them.
I led the team in scoring and rebounding, right? So I think, so they bring you just like the USA try. They bring you out there
to play against everybody.
Colorado Springs. So I felt they just brought me as a filler, right? Mm-hmm. I thought they had their picks, and they just brought me just to bring fill the roster so they have some people to practice. Yeah, I think that's what they thought, right? But like I said, when I show up, I'm gonna, I don't know no other way to play, man. Like, we gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not taking the back set. I don't know that them dudes got named. Okay, look, cool, let's get it, right? I made the first cut, right? Bet. All right, we go out and made the second cut. Mm-hmm. Now it's time to go to Spain, right? All them I led the team scoring and rebounding. At the time, you going to them teams and you average, I averaged like 14 and like 8 on that team.
Yeah, that's good.
Right?
That's great, actually.
So, on them teams, so I got back to Cincinnati, bruh, and a light bulb went off.
You like, I'm finna go.
Yeah. Because I inquired about the draft after my junior year, and they were like, yo, he'll get drafted this, that, and the third, but it'll be like, it'll been in the first round. It would have been like high teens, low 20s, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's good, right? Coming from where I come from, ain't got nothing, definitely could use the money, right?
She's like, nah, I got more.
So, one thing they was like, well, we need to see more offensively from him. Mm-hmm. Say less.
You went
light bulb, dog, went out, man. I didn't, that summer before my senior year, I probably didn't dunk a basketball.
Just did all shooting?
All jump shots, jump hooks, shooting. I didn't touch the rim for a whole summer, right? Every time I went there, I didn't dunk at all. I already know I do that. I do that
Yeah.
well, right?
Easy, yeah.
So I just shot the ball. So my senior year, man, my scoring. So they told me I need to see more. My scoring took off, and I was already saying just need to hit the glass like I was doing. I was already saying, leading the conference and one of the best shot blockers in the country already. So me averaging 19 in college that year that's all they needed to see.
And then it was over. I remember watching just
I would say, like, between you and Kevin Garnett, a lot of players my age, like, y'all were really like the people that kind of gave us our fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, I didn't grow up having a TV to watch a lot of basketball, so I just played. So when I got like my 11th and 12th grade year, I was able to start seeing more and more basketball. So I'm watching just the fire y'all played with, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, I ain't no mean person, so how can I mix this in, you know? But just watching y'all and then just hearing, like, everything that you saying, it just remind me of, like, my young self, like, the same way, that mentality. Like, I had a high school coach that believed in me the same way, that pushed me the same way, that he didn't never back down from me because he knew what my goal was. But I was in the gym. Yeah. And that's what got me to where I was at. And so just hearing how your story and what you did even before you got to the NBA it's just crazy. And I got to give you your props for that, man, because you really like.
Bro. Nah, yeah, man. There's a lot more to it, bro. Like, my childhood wasn't easy by any means. So I probably, a lot of that was added into the environment I grew up in. Like, shit that you're going through at home and a lot of shit that's not on the track, right? So you combine all of that, man, and with opportunity and don't want to fail, right?
Yeah.
Don't want to. I mean, I didn't know what I was gonna do as a child growing up, bro. Like, so this is like, people find this wild. The fact that I was the number one pick, right? I didn't have childhood dreams of playing in the NBA. Like, it wasn't like a thing, bro. Like, dead ass. Like, people find this because it happened.
Because it happened, you never thought about it.
How? Like, dog, this is the way shit was. You don't. There's nothing positive to look at where I grew up. There's no positive influences. There's nobody that made it out. Dudes graduate that play were really good at sports, graduate high school, maybe go to junior college, and they back home in a semester or maybe a year, right?
Yeah.
And this was the norm. They still living at home with their mama. They still living at home with their grandmama, living with their auntie. They got a kid. This is like what I like,
What
the
you grew up
environment,
watching,
right?
yeah.
So there's no success stories. I didn't see no NBA players come back. I don't know nothing about, like, we watching certain games and certain people. You know of Michael Jordan. I know of the Detroit Pistons because my grandmother them lived in Saginaw. She used to send me Detroit Pistons bad boy stuff. So I knew about them as a kid. But you'd have asked me if I was going to the NBA at 11, 10, 11, 12, 13. Man, I would have looked at you like you crazy, dog.
Hey.
Like, who? In what NBA who?
So it was just, you just love the hoop.
I played hard. I love basketball, but I played hard, bro.
See,
always.
I think that's the thing that a lot of kids and people don't. They underestimate that little old thing that you just said right there. Like, everything you did, you went hard at it. Like, that's the key.
Yeah.
Like, doing that one thing right there, it sets you apart, and then it makes everybody else look weak when they see just that one person going hard every day, all day. And I always try to, I know you've done it with your son because he's where he's at today because of you, and also because the work he put in. But it's hard work.
Yeah, you know what it looked like.
Yeah, he done
you know what it
seen
looked
it.
like.
You know what I'm saying? So it take, like, sometimes we have to be the ones to go through a lot of stuff so we could, tell our kids and all that stuff. But your story has inspired so many people, and they haven't even heard a lot of your whole story. You know what I'm saying? But and we know, well, I know because that I can feel that spirit when I'm watching you and playing. That's a warrior mentality. Like, that's a killer, a fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's why Karl Malone and get back up.
Man. And like it's crazy, like people don't, and I told her they had nothing to do with me. Like, and that's just why, like I said, growing up a Pistons fan, everybody else like this team, that team. I was a Pistons fan, and I just had a flashback to when he elbowed Isaiah Thomas, dog. I saw Zeke bleed, and just had a flashback. I was just, like, just the environment, I didn't know, I didn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold. I saw him. I was like, "Oh, this is it."
You had to go ahead.
Yeah, like so. It's just that, man. Like you said, it's just that killer instinct, man. It's either fight or flight, man.
Yeah,
like me, it's either fight or flight. So,
and it gotta be. It's like it's already in you. Like it seemed like people think that somebody could just learn it. It's like it's something that's already in you that you already got, and somebody who got it too, they sense it and know it.
Yeah.
And even the people who don't have it, they know it, they can sense it, so they bow down. So it's just amazing to see the errors, and like when we were watching you and like KG and Tim Duncan and all that, like y'all gave us that, and we got Tim, we got you, we got KG, Rasheed, all y'all. Like I came up playing against y'all first, you know what I'm saying? So when I first came in, I had to come in like on these niggas is some real niggas. I gotta step my game up in the weight room, everything.
Cause we definitely gonna bring it to your doorstep.
Yeah,
like use it, because you got the treatment because you being the number one pick, you coming out of high school, you got a name, people saying you this. So we was gonna bring it to your doorstep.
Yeah.
Now you stepped up to the challenge. Now you realized what you had to do. You like, I got to get stronger. I did this. I got to work on this. I did. Yeah. No, so you understood what it took, right? Yeah. From watching, you like, man, I can't. I know who I am internally, but who I am internally ain't gonna work with them.
It's
right?
not.
I gotta be a certain way. Now, and that says a lot about you, brother. You like, man, listen, I'm trying to get a certain way, and then they doing it. So this is what I have to be and how I gotta approach this.
I had to learn how to
because you were a kid when you came into this, bro.
Yeah, I had to learn how to.
You was a kid. Like when I got drafted, I was 22. Right, I was physically ready to play.
But you
off the porch. When I got drafted, and I was ready to play. I'm physically strong. I'm ready. My mind been so. But you a kid. Yeah, you coming into this situation, and we seeing you like, oh yeah, come on, young fella. But you did now. You made dudes respect what you had to offer at a young age, bro. And now it was awesome to see. It was really awesome to see.
I
did that.
I really you, like I said, you, KG, Tim, Rasheed, Antonio McDyess, that whole Piston gang, like all y'all, even playing against Nahara, who was the other four of y'all team?
Oh yeah,
in Denver. Marcus,
you played with Cam, right?
I was MC. Me and MC when I got to Denver, he was the 5. It was me, MC, Nate, Nahara. We had Reggie at one point. Yeah, we had a lot of.
See, all that people don't understand, and like they talk about our era and being like, it was no bigs, it was no this and that. They don't understand what the paint was like in the 2000s. In the late 2000s, the paint was crazy. Me playing against all y'all in Denver.
You had to bring it, bro.
Yeah.
Because we were taking turns.
Yeah, y'all was taking turns, and I knew y'all won. Like, I knew y'all was going to come. Everybody was coming to hit me every single time. So that's why I'm like, I got to eat more weights. Yeah. I got to eat more weights.
MC going to play off the ball, so just in case
he right there.
Yeah, no, we had a strategy.
But no, I enjoyed that. That really, like, see, it's crazy, like, talking about it now, but, I remember them battles because those really, they tested me to the point where I was like, I respect these guys because I watched them, but I gotta go at them.
You got to.
I got to go at them.
Because we gonna respect you more.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna respect you more, bro. Like that's why, like you, Zach, like Zebo, She, like Amari, like certain guys like that I played, like we never got into it, right? Because we played a certain way, so there was a mutual respect.
And we knew what it was.
Right?
We knew.
Yeah, we
like,
just do.
we knew
Yeah, like
if you foul me hard, I know why you fouling me hard. It ain't on
we
no
here, like we here,
yeah.
right? We gonna hoop and we gonna play hard, bro. We gonna bring it every possession and the game, dog.
I think
like,
that's what's missing now a little bit.
That's a lot of bit, bro. A lot of bit. Dudes, man, they don't compete, man. Like it's just, it's just the competition, man. We took each possession personal.
Yeah.
Right? I took it personal if you scored on me, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you're not scoring the next time. Or I'm going to foul the shit out you the next time. I'm not letting you, you can go, y'all go in the exact same play. I'm go damn sure trying to, like, I don't want you to touch it first and foremost.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
You're going to have to work to touch it.
Yes.
And if you do touch it, you're going to touch it where I want you to catch the bitch.
Way outside the paint, outside the box.
Yeah, so now let's play basketball. Now if you come and you do the right across your way, go to the line while your arm tingling and try to make 2 free throws. Right, that's just what it is with me, dog. Like, no, I'm not going. So, like people have to tell me, you got to get that up. No, man, it's hard. Dog, my first few years, dog, I stayed in foul trouble a lot of times, dog, because me giving up 2 points, it was a learned behavior.
Yeah.
For me to concede 2 points, dog, you had to tell me, can you got one already? They run, you gotta let it go.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
gotta contest it, right?
Yeah.
I see the ball, I gotta go. Listen, you put the ball, I gotta strip for it. Right?
It's something that it's just in us, man. I remember my latter years, like being in LA and Philly, they always telling me to go vertical or take a charge. And I'm like, I can't take no charge.
You're not taking no charge.
I just can't let nobody. I can't let nobody run me over.
Shot blockers. You're not taking no charge.
I can't.
If
take
you're a real
charge.
Shot blocker, you're not taking no charge. You're not even gonna. It ain't gonna even cross your mind
to ever take a charge.
No. Oh, but if you'd have got that vertical. Oh, you vertical. Oh my God.
And we couldn't do vertical. I want you to do vertical if I'm coming down the lane. Please do vertical. So that's why I'm like, it's so crazy, man, with how the game is shifted, because I feel like that's why in my later years I was getting so many fouls, and people were trying to say I wasn't smart and I was playing stupid, but it's like, nah, I played in the era where if I'm running down the court and I'm trying to get position, the first thing I'm gonna do is put my elbow in somebody's chest.
I'm gonna hit you, absolutely.
That's the first thing I'm gonna do.
And they gonna fall out.
And they gonna fall out, pass out,
and
it's over with.
They gonna fall out in the stands, and now they going to the table thinking it's a flag. Oh, listen, now my last couple years, bro, every hard foul they went to the table, dog. Like them last 3 years, flagrant ones. I'm like, come on, man. Like everything was a flagrant one. I'm like, come on, dog.
It make you not want to play sometimes.
Yeah, you can't play the way you want to play.
Yeah.
So I get it, bro. Nah, you just had to be a certain way with us. Or if not, we was going to destroy you.
Physically and mentally.
Yes, we're going to beat you up and talk shit to you. I'm going to beat your chest up all night. Listen, dog, you're going to run and I'm going to hit you. I'm going to put my forearm in your sternum multiple times. You will stop coming in here.
I think that's what made the league in our era so valuable, and like for me, like it's like I won't forget those battles, like just running down the court, and sometimes you will hit me with your shoulder coming down the court, and it's just fun because it's like it ain't no harm, it's just I know what's going on. I know what time it is.
So, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, you understand what I'm doing.
But it's fun to me. So, like, I think people took me smiling and laughing like at that as something that's me not taking the game serious. But to me, I'm like, this the shit I want. This is it.
Busting ass.
This is it.
See, this is the thing. Like, you still out there putting up numbers, busting ass, all NBA, all defensive player. While smiling, goddammit. I'm smiling while kicking y'all ass, man. And that's what people. And that's what pissed people off, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to growl and do all this shit while busting y'all ass daily.
Yeah.
Right? That'll piss.
It'll piss a lot of people off.
I told my wife this about the Jerry McCain kid that played for Philly, right? He hit a 3 the other day, looked at the dude benching, right? He got his nails painted, right? He did it, right? And looked at the opposing team bench. I'm like, that would piss me. Like, that'll piss them.
Yeah, and you were getting the game and foul the shit out of them.
That's going to piss because you, like, he's smiling at you, but nails, so it's like, I'm busting y'all ass while smiling and talking shit. So, no, like, so it could be done. Like, I used to watch Melo going out there,
and then he's smiling down the court.
This shit used to kill. Running down, busting y'all ass, right? Smiling on the 60 he scored in the Garden when we was with the Knicks. He did it laughing. Yes, it could be done, man. Like, you got me to bark at people.
Yeah.
Right? You go out, smile, and bust people's ass, I bark. Right? That's
I don't know what it was. I don't know why they did that, but
just pissed people off, man. You were successful, and you because they didn't. People don't. If they don't understand it, they tend to like thumb their nose at it, right? Mm-hmm. Man, but like, listen, man, I am out here, first team. Hey,
what can you say?
What can you say, right?
Yeah.
Smile while I'm holding.
But I think I just was party with that, worried about that too much. We're just worried about what people were saying about that too much.
Oh, yeah, man. I wish you would have had me on your team, bro.
Yeah.
Man, fuck them people, bro. I would have told you. Like, man, I was that guy, like that team, man. Mm-hmm. Man, what you worried to this day, man, what you worried about them for? Man, listen, bro, man, hey, I'm going to keep sending them back there, big fella. Get you another DOP, dog. Hey. Get that big fella, right? That's hey man, like dog, come on, man, like hype man.
Yeah.
While we out there doing this together, hype man.
Yeah.
Like man,
that's what teams be needing
man,
too, man.
Absolutely,
yeah,
dog.
That's what teams be needing.
Like man, we gonna compete and we gonna have fun.
If you could go back, is there one thing that you would do different about maybe your approach or your game in the league that you would change?
Yeah. Probably not change who I was, but just how I handled certain situations and people, right? Never conformed to what everybody think an NBA player should be. I was professional. I did what I was supposed to. I showed up on time. I did everything I was supposed to do as an NBA player in that regard. But playing the game, but not basketball. I would because I had a lot to give to the game. That me, the way I was during my career, it hindered post-career NBA stuff. Right?
I understand.
So I would approach it different, right? And that's what I tell KJ all the time, man. Like, play the game, and I ain't talking about basketball, right?
Yeah.
I tell him all the time, do this different, do this, be more of this and not this, and like be better than me in these situations. Do this different. So I'm able to give him that, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's that. And when I was going through like the issues with the coach we had out there, man, and knee stuff, like I let that situation get the best of me. Yeah. As a person, right? I did the bare minimum at times, man, just to be able to play. I was going through a lot, but I just did the bare minimum. I didn't want to be in the gym at times. Like it was a lot, like going on, man. So I did the bare minimum, man. Like I said, just to be on the floor in the evenings, shoot arounds and all that. I'm walk through the plays, but that's about it. That's the extent of you're not getting nothing extra out of me. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing extra. You can't say. So yeah, so it was a lot, man, that I probably would change to a certain degree, right? You know what I'm saying? But the situations they were what they were, but me playing the game and not basketball definitely would change that aspect of it. And then not letting that situation in Denver, because I was there for so long. After, mentally, it did a toll on me and my reputation.
Yeah.
Right? I had already had a certain reputation before that, before the incident with the coaches and all the shit we was going through with the coach. So it didn't help. And he had I underestimated in that community the voice that he has and the power that they have talking behind closed doors, right?
Yeah.
So I underestimated it, but it's that, man, and I'm able to. I've come to that realization like years ago, right? Yes, it was who I was at the time, right?
Yeah.
So life was lifing.
Yeah.
A lot of off the court things. Then dealing with stuff on the court, injuries, microfracture surgery, come back, microfracture surgery, come back, got to get my patella repaired. So it's like all this shit going on, like year after year after year, and then dealing with this dude, and I'm trying to fight through this and got to deal with. So it was. It was. Yeah,
it's a lot mentally. I don't think a lot of people be understanding how mentally draining it could be.
I just watched yesterday Brian Shaw explaining about the Latrell Sprewell thing and PJ Carlesimo situation. Right, I'm watching it, and so it happened when I was in college, right? So we had an assistant coach, Rod Baker, that was an assistant at Seton Hall up under PJ Carlesimo. And when it happened, his exact words was, "I'm surprised it took that long
to choke him out."
Like, I'm surprised it took that long for somebody to do it.
That's crazy.
Because he used to talk crazy to people, right? He said the thing like, Rod said when it happened, "I'm surprised it took that long."
That's crazy,
right? And this is, I said it before, and I'm gonna tell you, had that situation never happened, and I knew like he got suspended for the rest of the season, what it cost him, and this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, I would have took off on dude in Denver. And I wouldn't have choked him. That's the thing. Sprewell choked dude.
Yeah, you throwing hands.
I'm not a choker. Right?
I'm
throwing, and then that's what it would have been, bro.
Yeah.
And and then then he was like, all the players, like, didn't nobody try to grab Spree, this, that, and the third. I'm like, well, the assistant coaches backed up when I went after dude, right?
Because they knew.
Like, they backed up. They were like, get him. Yeah, he need his ass whooped, man. So, but yeah, that was in the back of my mind, man. And I'm glad I had the restraint in the moment to not take it all the way there.
It's probably because you was a little bit older at the time too, you think? Because if you was young, you think you would have.
Yeah. If I was, because I was right, maybe 30, a little after 30s, early 30s. So younger me probably would have took off. Yeah, I would have blacked out, no question about it.
I'm glad you did.
No question about it, right?
It's just crazy, like how when you get older, like you sit back and you start. Because I thought about like some things like that too. What could I have done, different? Like back from my days of playing. And I think I just handled a lot of things, emotional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't know.
Yeah.
And I had so many people from the outside talking to me, saying these different things. Who I'm like you said, I'm a kid coming into this grown man. This is a whole different level.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't used to none of it on any level. Nothing that was in the NBA I was ever accustomed or used to. You know what I'm saying? So
Overnight, bro.
It's like, I don't know if people can really understand. You was a number one pick, so you understand what it's like. Like, you coming from nobody knowing your name or nothing to the whole world now knowing who you are, and everybody can see how much you make. They can see everything about your whole life. And now here come the schemers, and here come all the other things that I wasn't used to.
Couldn't have been.
You know what I'm saying? Because
like I said, I had a taste of it because I went to school. Like I just being on campus and in my senior year and just people, right? Everybody was to the point to where like I never came out of my apartment.
Damn.
Right? It couldn't go nowhere. Like Cincinnati's small, bro, and there's no pro basketball team there. So we number one team in the country. I'm the best player. So, but when I got hurt my senior year, dog, I had to move out my apartment.
It was that bad?
Dog, people was just dropping shit off at my apartment. Like, word got out where balloon. I appreciate all of it. Trey, don't get me wrong. I ain't ungrateful for it, but still, like, it was
a lot.
Like, my face was everywhere in Cincinnati, dog. On the buses, the bus stop, grocery store, like, plastered everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was man, so it was a real thing, bro. So for you to not to have that and go in a matter of
24 hours.
You everywhere now,
everywhere,
right?
Yeah.
So how can you at 18, 17, probably just turned 18?
Yeah, I
right?
did.
You had just turned 18. You had made like months. You had been 18 months. And to have
everything.
Here you go.
Just everything.
Overnight? Come on, man. There's no way, man. For you, your family, all it is a shell shock, bruh, to everybody. Right? So, man, I know.
And it don't slow down until you stop playing.
Yes. and the crazy shit is, and you were really fucking good, right? You were really successful at a really young age.
Yeah.
So, right?
Yeah.
So it never slowed down for you. It never leveled out, right? It got fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it didn't like get to a certain point and like, okay, I can, like, no, it kept, right? Now your demand and your people, what people asking of you, what people want from you, what people think they need from you, it's just growing every year. And you trying to figure, who the fuck, like, who am I? I know what I do.
Yeah, but
right?
who am I really?
You ain't had time to figure it out?
Yeah.
How? Your off season, you busy doing this, trying to get better
and training
and
all day.
Right?
Yeah.
You didn't have time to be that 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid to make the mistakes and nobody judge you and criticize you for your mistakes for being a child.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You still, your thought process, that's like, still incomplete thoughts as a multi-millionaire, right?
Franchise player,
multi-millionaire, and my thought process as my DNA as a person, as a man, my brain ain't fully developed yet.
Yeah.
So my thought process ain't complete, but you expect me to be able to handle all and do all this shit and be this person, do this and then and make the right decision. Nobody, come on, man. Like, listen, man.
That's really hard, man. That was really hard. I didn't know what I was doing. And the only people I could watch was my teammates and the people around me.
And learn bad behaviors.
And I learned a lot of bad habits.
Lot of bad shit going on in NBA locker rooms.
It is. Not saying bad shit in the locker room.
Not at all,
but when we talk about what happened between
the guys that's in the locker room.
In the locker room.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's a lot, man, and you could lose your mind. If you don't have no strong mind, you could lose it. If you don't have strong will, you could lose it in the NBA. And it's not saying the NBA ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that that's bad, but people, it's tough. It could, you see a lot of people who've been in, and then when they get out, or even while they in, they can go crazy.
Yeah, because you're not crazy. Yeah, because you don't know who you are, man. This thing, like, I didn't understand it, and I had when I got drafted, man, I had a guy like Johnny Newman, who had been in the league for a long time, Sherman Douglas, Lucius Harris, Kendall Gill. I had like a real vets on my team my rookie year. And them dudes was telling me, like, that young fella, enjoy it. It's going to fly, but it's going to be over before you know it, right? And they used to tell me that, right? It's going to be over before you know it.
Yeah.
And 15 years flew by.
Just like that.
And luckily for me, like I said, I was a little more mature than a lot of the kids that's coming in now, and they came in after me, right? Like I said, I was the last senior that was drafted number one, this, that, and the third. So I was still trying to find myself and have fun and enjoy it, but I had a little more calmness to me off the floor, so to speak. Still was wild, still was doing shit that probably like, boy, this motherfucker crazy, right?
Yeah.
But I had a few years, I'm saying that college experience helped me be somewhat. It
kind of grounded you a little bit
somewhat,
more.
Yeah. But then you, even with that, you in year 3 now, 4 and 5, and now it's like, oh shit. It's talks of this. Now I'm an all-star. Now it's this. And he's like,
everything is coming at you.
Right?
How you handle that?
No, kept the circle small for one. But just you make some bad decisions, man.
You make a lot of bad decisions.
A lot of bad decisions. Like luckily we didn't have social media.
Yes.
Right? Like
not like it is now.
Right. Yeah. So it's tough, man, at any juncture of it. And if someone comes into this with a situation as far as female, wife, girlfriend, or whatever, and for them to stick it out throughout the duration of that player's career,
big ups.
That's huge.
That's big props.
Right? That is...
It's for the woman and for whoever the player is.
Yeah,
that's
for both
big.
of them, man, to make it through it. And then post-career still have that is...
That's big.
Yeah. Right?
That's big.
Because even if it's not you doing anything, it's just rumors, it's things that go on in that lock, like you just said, in the guys in the locker room can get your situation
because of their situation.
And that's what you seeing. And so therefore either you're gonna gravitate towards like, man, I ain't gonna be around y'all. Now you're a bad teammate because you're not hanging out with your guys.
Yeah.
Or now if y'all in it too much, now you still a bad teammate
because you're doing too much.
Because now you're influencing the young. Like it's like, dude, what you want me to be?
Yeah.
So what you want me to do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You want me to?
It's a tough place to be in. It's like I remember, my latter years, like even when I was in Charlotte. Playing in Philly, like I'm an older guy, but they wanted me to help the young guys. So I'm like, all right, how could I relate to the younger guys? We're not finna be doing too much together, you know what I'm saying? So like, what are we gonna do? When we was young, we was doing certain things, but these guys, I'm 30, 35, and they 20, 21, 22. So, they not finna be hanging with no person, they whole family, all of us going out like, nah. So, it was very tough, but I remember being in Charlotte, I had Malik Monk and Dwayne Bacon and them guys, and, the main thing I tried to, do with them is just spend a lot of time talking to them. Yeah. Not try to take them out and go party and none of that stuff. I told them if y'all just chill for the whole season, at the end of the season, I'll take y'all out. Yeah. But,
they still going. Right? They
gonna go, but they
party without you.
Yeah,
they party without you. They gonna do it. Trust me.
Yeah, so it's like, what can you really tell another? You can only do so much.
Absolutely.
So I really just say, you know what? When my sons get older, I'm gonna just have to really go ahead and give them all the game, because these other guys, they already done had their way. So I can only do this for my kids. So with that being said, like with KJ, like how has watching his development, not just with basketball, but like as a young man, like how was that been for you watching that and seeing him from a young age?
I know I get to the basketball part of him. Him as a person, KJ is a great person, right? Got a big heart, he cares, he's thoughtful, he's respectful. Just had a coach tell me recently, like, I'm a big fan of your son, man, it has nothing to do with basketball, right? So that was the first thing, man, like him growing up in the house with me, man, and just, because I didn't have no pops growing up, right? Just me, my mom, and my sister. So just knowing where the areas where I was rough at and the discipline that I lacked at times in certain situations, certain things I tried to instill in him. but not be that dad where you had like, no sir, yes sir, no. Like I'm not like, no, you ain't got to give me that. Just be respectful. Other people you can get at other people, this, that, and the third, man. But no, just always preach to a man, whatever it is, man. Be a productive member of society. Be a good person, right? Don't be a douchebag, man. Don't be an asshole, right? Just for no reason to people. Like, it's unnecessary. So that was the first message. But then you get to the sports part of it, and he always played a certain way. He always played hard. He always cared. He grew up in an NBA household. He been to games as a young kid, been in locker rooms, been around it. And he just gravitated to the work and wanted to be in the gym, wanted to always have a ball. We in Dallas during the summer when he down there visiting, man. I'm coming home from the club at 3 in the morning.
In the gym.
Yeah, on the court hooping, right?
Yeah.
Him and my nephews out there, they whatever they going to the rec. He's the youngest one of my nephews, and he hanging with them. They a few years older, but it never wavered with him, right? But and to see it all come together, the person, the player, and for him to take the route that you guys basically took, not want to go to college and this, that, and the third, because he believed in his skill set, he believed in the work that he had put into it. I can only be supportive of it, right? Because like you stated, like, okay, now we made this decision. I know what the work looked like to get you there.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is listen.
Yeah.
Right? And I've always told him this, and this is, I tell him all the time, and I continue to tell him, one of your best attributes and one of your best always been that you listen. Right? Because I've always tried to preach to him, I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong, dog.
Yeah.
Everything I tell you within this life for sure, but within this basketball world,
yeah. You're gonna give them everything.
If I try to implement as much as you can, dog, because I'm only trying to help, right?
Yeah.
And it just became a point to where just the conversations we had over time and things we would talk about, you just start to see it, right? You start to see I could say certain things to him and it didn't bother him. I can critique his game and it didn't bother him, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm always going to praise him first. I'm going to give him the good first. And then, but if there was nothing for me to critique, I didn't critique anything, right? Yeah. But I was never afraid to give him that, and he always received it, right? And yeah, so we had that, and I'm like, he coachable, so it was that. And then, like I said, the off the floor stuff, man, we never had an issue with KJ as a child, right? Him growing up, because he's a kid, he's a boy, but we gave him things and did things, but he understood what he wanted to be. So just to have people that support him and be in his corner, man, to help him work and achieve it. Now it was my situation. I've always looked at it. I mean, I was blessed. I was this. But for him to want this as a child and for it to pan out, and of course for me to be a part of it, it warms my soul and because it's just eldest child, you know what I'm saying? It's your oldest child, man, and you watch it right in real time, and for him to be in it and thriving and having been year 5 with it. Yeah. And it just wasn't a 1-year situation. Now he's not. So he's in year 5, man. He's gonna have a great career, and he's earned his own stripes, right? He got the last name, but he's earned his own stripes, man. He's doing it his own way, and I'm just along for the ride and give him a little help here and there as much as I can.
That's amazing, man. Like, how does it, as a father, it gotta bring you so much joy to see, like, and hear from other coaches and other people who are in your son's life who are like saying, man, your son is really amazing. And it ain't even basketball. Yeah. Like, that gotta feel amazing. And that's also, they not saying it, but they're giving you a big ass compliment.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, at the same time, and they be like, "Good job, Pops." Like I just like people tell me all the time, "Hey, Pops, good job with him."
But I know earlier you were saying, like, you know, you regret
where you wish you could change how you handle certain things. But I think the way you have changed their perception and stuff like that, or what people may have said, is what you done with your son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that is something that, regardless of how, even if you have felt that way, knowing that people like myself and other people who are watching on the outside, what you done with him is blocked out anything people could say about what you done did or how you done acted. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's coming as a father. I got 3 boys, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always on them. Yeah. Just trying to guide them in the right direction, so they won't make the same mistakes, or even, I know they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah, but
I want them to be better than me.
Absolutely.
And, I think a lot of times people don't even understand that, for our kids, they got to understand we are the only men that want them to be better than us.
Yeah.
It's no other man on the earth that's going to want that for them.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So once a kid really understand that and they get in their head and they start really believing, you got a prime example, your son. He knows that you want him to be better than him in all areas of his life. So he actually out there doing it. And it started with one thing. That's hard work.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hard work.
Yeah, and then not deviating from the message, man, at home and within basketball. Right, like I said, I didn't have no pops. I had to lean on other people for conversations on how to go about it, right? Lean on my brother-in-law and certain things, raising boys. And I can tell you, and what he told me was, man, hey, put a saddle on them and ride them, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Right? Don't let up.
Yeah.
Right? Don't deviate, man. And it paid off, right? So even like my daughter, like I got, I'm saying, the oldest 3, KJ 23, my daughter 21, and I got a 19-year-old son, right? So my daughter, she's out in New York right now. She goes to FIT, Fashion Institute out there. So and that's what she wants to do in life, right? Her little brother, he wants to do fashion, so he's about to go to fashion school as well. So it's all walks of life, man, but they are good people, right? Yeah. And that's what you want, man, for them to be productive members of society, for people to look at them a certain way, and then it's a direct correlation and reflection of who you are, right, on the job that you're doing. And then if they're not that, then it's a lack of a job that you're not doing. Yeah. Right? And a lot of times, man, the kids get blamed for lying and this, that, and the third, but people, like you say, they fail to look at the job that the parent did or didn't do, right? We ain't all perfect in this, but as long as you, as a man and as a father to them, doing your part, being honest with them, critiquing good behavior, bad behavior, right? Yeah. Praising them when it's good, right?
But also letting them know, like,
absolutely,
hey,
at the same time.
Fucking up.
At the same time, man, they'll appreciate it because life ain't the world ain't gonna do it for them, right?
And I swear it's crazy you saying that. I
tell my kids this dang near daily. I say, when you step outside them gates of this house, they not gonna care about you. It's some real wolves out there.
Absolutely, bro.
And they want to eat you alive. And my job is to make sure while y'all under my protection, I give y'all all the knowledge I can, because I done seen a lot of things that y'all ain't never seen. And I hope y'all don't never have to see it.
Absolutely.
So just listen. Just listen.
Listen to me, please.
Just listen. I'm not going to ever tell you nothing wrong because I done experienced it. I came into this world as a kid. Yeah. I know what it's like to be out there, that lone wolf, that baby wolf don't know shit about the world. I got to find my way. I done got swindled this way, that way. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to stand on my own.
Life, bro.
So I had to, that's what I've been, really trying to preach to my kids, man. And, it's working. It just take time, and sometimes you gotta be super patient. But it's really good to see. It's really good to see like what you've done with your kids, and I love. I played against KJ.
Right, it's crazy, right?
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
that I played against you and your son.
It's wild,
It was
bro.
wild, and he always talked trash. He said, my dad said, you know, I dunk on you. He was just talking trash and stuff.
Absolutely.
But it's so good that just his mentality, because he has your spirit, that same dog mentality, but he's more smooth.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
He
A little
great,
bit,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
that's just him, and it's amazing. And shout out to all the NBA fathers who are out there making it happen for their kids. Doing whatever they can to guide them.
Absolutely,
and all the
man.
fathers out there, it's a tough job being a man and also raising these kids in this generation. I want to give a shout out to Kenyon Martin, Big K Mart, for coming on the greatest podcast ever, Above the Rim, with Dwight Howard, where
Yes,
we
sir.
hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil. Thank you guys for joining us. Hit the like button, subscribe, and comment who you want to see next. Give it up for one of the craziest dunkers ever. He is the one that inspired all of us to slap the backboard after our dunks. I almost
talking
broke
about.
my doggone hand slapping the backboard.
Hey, now.
But we got it from the man right here himself, K
Appreciate
Mart.
the love, homie.
Peace and love. Thank y'all for watching Above the Rim. See y'all soon.